Welcome back to the Weapon X program. I am your host, Weapon X, aka the Reaper, and today I'm gonna do this little ammo haul. I should have been did it, but you know how life be. Let me give a shout out to Confidence Reloaded. She saw one of my videos, and we were talking about the gun show that I previously went to, and I told her, I bought some ammo from over there, which I don't need it, but bought some ammo to see, and I was telling her how the prices had jumped from the last time I went there. So she was like, you should do a video on it. So here I am, just coming back from doing a little shopping, and I'm gonna do the video for y'all. So shout out to Confidence Reloaded. Shout out to my boy AKJ. Shout out to everybody, who be checking the channel, giving me, a little love. I appreciate y'all. All right, here we go. This is what I picked up that week. Me and my daughter, or my daughter and I went to the gun show. This is what I picked up. I picked up some. First of all, let me talk about the prices. All right, this box here. This is 1,000 rounds, a 9mm Troy. This is 115 grain Troy. I do not recommend this. I do not recommend this, even for plinking. It's it's cool, but this here was, I jeweled them down to, guy, I can get 1,000 rounds, and they're probably gonna strike me for this, but I usually get 1,000 rounds for about, for 124 grain, 115 grain, good ammo. Right? Shout out to my ammo dude out in Pennsylvania. He's a legal FFL dealer. So YouTube, don't get at me. So I paid. I saw somebody a couple of tables up for such and such. Boom, 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 boom. Got it. More than I usually pay for 1,000 rounds. All right, this here is Fiocchi. Right, this is and we talking about 5.56, okay, 65 grain, sometimes 55 grain, whatever. 5.56, I usually get that. This is manufactured ammo, not reloads or none of that stuff. I usually get it for my ammo guy. Let's say boxes, other stuff I get. Like I said, I go to him, one-stop shop. I get 1,000 rounds of my 9mm, like I said, 124 grain, 115 grain, manufactured ammo. Also get 500 rounds from him of 45 ACP, 230 grains for, that's 45 ACP. Anywhere else in that show for that grain and that ammo, 45 ACP. No reloads. So here usually when I buy all, I get 1,000 of that, I get the 500 or 45, and I get 500 or 5.56. So he always cuts me a good break. But anyway, the dude wanted for 500 rounds. So that's like 50 cents a round basically. But I talked him down. I was like, listen, the gift the gab, listen, man, I was in the other room over there and they had it for this price. I'm gonna just walk back over there. He was like, listen, I'll give it to you for. I didn't really feel like walking around no more. The show was pretty dead anyway that weekend. All the dealers were basically sending their ammo, weapons, magazines, everything to Virginia. Because y'all know what's happening over there. I'm not going to get too political about it because who knows if these guys try to strike me. YouTube. I'm about to say transit because they on my mind. But who knows? So everything that was going on with them, they were shipping most of their stuff to VA. Magazines, weapons, ammo, shotguns, everything they was talking about, going up on the prices and grandfathering and banding over there, they was shipping from that gun show over there. So prices on everything was high. Ammo, weapons, usually, little knives I usually get for $35, $50 or an extra $10. So prices were jumping from, like I said, I usually pay $30, $40 difference, you know, it adds up. So anyway, I just wanted to do this video because Confidence Reloaded. Shout out to you, baby girl, queen. Love what you're doing. My man, Atum Ray, I appreciate you for always checking in on the check-in. All my subscribers, and also a regular gun guy for getting me to the 400 mark, man. I appreciate you, brother. I really do. Fat Guys with Guns, Burner Girl, Well Dressed Tactical, Twin Jen, everybody, man. You know, everybody. I just want to shout y'all out while I'm doing this. So this was, like I said, some ammo I picked up right here, some Fiocchi, because I had it sitting around in boxes. I didn't get a chance to put it up yet. But let's get to this Troy stuff. Let's get to this. This is what I really wanted to talk about. Now, I was watching a video by Esau Givens. Check his channel out. Good young brother. You know, I like him a lot. Shout out to you. He was doing a video where he was showing where Olight invited him out for like a range day. So they supplied all the ammo and the Olights. And at the end, they would do a little competition and they was going to give away some prizes, Olight prizes, products. So they had this ammo. Now, I had already bought this ammo, but I didn't shoot it yet because I got tons of 9mm, tons of it. So I was like, hey, I got that ammo. Word up. Okay, I see your work. So I'm watching the video because I usually watch the whole video. So I'm watching the video. Next thing you know, he's getting malfunctions. Of course, he's checking, you know, he's tap racking it, ejecting the round. It's like primer strikes on those. Every shot he was shooting, and he was shooting a brand new Glock 19 Gen 6, the new Glock, okay? And it was other people out there shooting staccatos, shooting all kinds of weapons, SIGs, Smith & Wessons. They were shooting whatever they had, and they were getting light primer strikes on these here. Light primer strikes. So I'm like, damn, you know, I hope none of my weapons do that or whatever the case may be. Because I got a couple of weapons that, you know, they're single, double action. They're also, you know, you can get that second strike capability on those weapons. So I'm like, I hope that doesn't happen to me. So I bring out, you know, some new toys, a joint I purchased while I was out there. I'm talking about that in a separate video on my, you know, just my little rotation that I carry or whatever. So I'm bringing it out there so I can run, you know, at least like 200 rounds of these. That's why a couple of boxes are missing, but the whole box, this is a whole box, but I would say 100, and the other ones I threw away. So I probably shot 300 rounds through that weapon that I'm gonna show y'all. So all this is real. This is real. You know what I'm saying? These are empties right here, and then the Range Master threw away the other boxes. But this whole thing, this is all official. This is all official. Nothing's empty. All right. So anyway, I'm like, damn, I hope not. So I go to the range. I'm shooting. First, I put my I shoot my self-defense rounds through it because I wanted to make sure they were going to run. So this is critical duty. I forgot the green, but you know what it is. Critical duty for where I'm at. This is how our hollow tips gotta be. So I'm out there, you know, I'm running. I ran a box of 20 through these, you know. So it only 25 I think come in a box. So I ran a box of 20 through that weapon, and I ran a box of 20 through my other weapon, which I know that one works already. So anyway, get to this stuff. Troy, pretty box. Nice ammo, but let me show you this too. I might find one in here because whoever manufactured this, around the edge, around the rim of the cartridge and the end of the projectile, it will be like a little bit of shaving of, like, you can see, I don't want to call it lead. It might have been lead from when they stuffed it in here, but it was like a little ring shape, you know, a shaving. So some of these have that. I'm probably not going to be able to find the one, but one with one on there. But bear with me, because I should have had this prepped. But while I was shooting, I noticed sometimes they were getting like in the way of going in the feed ramp. It would feed, but it was like a tight fit. It would just be my luck. I can't find one right now with that little shaving going around it. But wait, this one might have it a little bit. But whenever they loaded the weapon, the projectile into the casing, it would like give off a little shaving. So that was bugged out. So I was like, damn, man, I done bought 1,000 rounds of this stuff. Okay, this is gonna be strictly plinking. You know what I mean? Thank God I didn't mix it in one of my ammo cans with a bunch of my other good ammo, because I would have been really mad about that. I would have really been crazy upset about that. So anyway, I'm shooting. I get the gun to, you know, it's like bang, 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 click, because we only got 10 rounds. So out of 10 rounds, I would get one that would do that. Bang, 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 click. You know, people looking over because of a certain type of weapon that I brought out for my carry. They looking like, yeah, that's normal with that weapon or whatever. But it wasn't my weapon, because when I threw it in my Sig Flux Raider, the pistol / carbine, it ran flawlessly. Like the primer, it couldn't withstand the firing pin from that weapon. So I put it through my other carry weapon. It ran no problem. So I was like, okay, cool, or whatever. It ran. Now this stuff here, I had no problems. You know, Fiocchi, name brand, battle tested, good money. But stay away from this stuff. I don't care how cheap it is, unless you got a weapon that has double strike capability for the range and range only. Stay away from this. I'm sorry, Troy, but y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all goofed up with this one. This one wasn't a good look. Pretty box, like I said, the ammo is clean. It's not dirty or anything. Let me see if I can find one that has that shaving on it. Because I'm telling you, as soon as I pulled them out, I was like, oh, yeah, I see what's happening with the actual feeding. It was feeding, but it was also leaving. Yeah, here's one right here. Here's one right here. Yep. Oh man, I don't know if y'all gonna be able to see that, but right around the rim of that, you can see that little shaving. Like they rushed this ammo, and I understand they say we in a crisis. I'm not in a crisis, but they say we're in a crisis. But damn, man, like as a consumer, paying the money we pay, we want better quality merchandise than this. So Confidence Reloaded, that's the video. Like I said, I just wanted to do this real quick so I can put this ammo up. But this is going to definitely stay separate. I'm going to just shoot this through like maybe a couple of my 9mm carbines and probably keep running it through that Sig, because that seemed to run it with no problem. I'm not going to put no more of this through my carry weapon, which I did officially get about 300 rounds through it of this. But out of every 10 rounds, I would say I got 2 light primer strikes with that weapon. So YouTube, thank you for you know, letting me do my thing, letting me be me, and all my subscribers, I appreciate you very much. This your man Weapon X. I'm signing off. Peace, love, and pistol grease. We gone. Later.